Hey guys, nothingwired.com, and today XOLO released this beautiful handset called the XOLO 8X-1000. Now generally all new handsets are important for a company, but this in particular is very important for XOLO's portfolio, mainly because this guy carries their brand new user interface called Hive that has been in development for some month if not years. But first we're gonna give you a quick look at the hardware here, and then possibly in this video or in a separate video we'll talk about Hive in particular. So you have that 8X-1000. Now the first thing you should notice is that it's both side glass, but XOLO says that the front side is protected by an Asahi Dragon Trail glass and the back side is protected by a Corning Gorilla Glass 3. Now Asahi Dragon Trail is not as old as Corning, but it's almost as tough. So both sides are protected basically, and then you have your 5-inch screen here. It has HD resolution, 720p on top, your earpiece, and then your notification LED lights and sensors and stuff, and then your 2MP fixed focus camera there. You also have 3 shortcut keys here. They are not denoted by what they are, but once you press it you would know that that's the back key, that's home key, and that's more like your settings and how you would add your widgets and all those stuffs. So on the left side you have your SIM card slot, and then your speakers nicely arranged here. This side you have your volume rocker, power button, the micro SD card slot, and on top you have the 3.5mm jack and micro USB 2.0 port. Behind you have that 8MP autofocus camera. Now this guy uses a XMOR sensor that Sony used to use in its older Xperia phones. Now they of course use the XMOR RS, that's XMOR tagged sensor. This guy uses the XMOR R. So it does not say Sony, but XMOR R is Sony's brand name, so I'm hoping Sony makes the sensor. You have that accompanied by an LED flash and the XOLO marking there, and because it's all glass, you see it attracts a lot of fingerprints. It's very glossy, a lot of fingerprints both sides, so you better carry your handkerchief if you want to keep this guy clean. But otherwise it looks very premium, courtesy again the glass material. And even here, although this part is plastic, but it looks kind of quite cool, and this slant towards the back actually gives the phone a good hold in hand. It's not exactly the thinnest device in the market. We don't know the thickness exactly, but I suppose it would be just under 9.5 mm. So overall we definitely like the device. It looks very premium. So inside you have a true octa-core 1.4 gig processor. It does not say the brand, but because the true octa-core processor right now is only made by MediaTek, I'm assuming that's a MediaTek processor. You have 2 GB of RAM, you have 16 GB built-in memory, and it also takes that micro SD card slot. It has a 1920 mAh battery inside, so looks quite cool. And I'm gonna quickly show you the display and then we'll talk about Hive. So there you see, immediately you would see a brand new unlock screen there of Hive. So this one will unlock, and then you have all these other options, like for example if you want to go to camera or messaging or your call, your contact menu, your call menu, then you can straight away drag that and it will straight away take you to that particular application. And once you unlock, you get to this home screen. Pretty nice. And another new thing with Hive is that now they have almost done away with the straight line control mechanism, so you have pretty much the round controls here. So what XOLO says, this more naturally mimics how you move your volume buttons and other things on your, let's say, music player or some other thing. So this XOLO believes is more natural. And then your notification bar there, you can go to your settings straight away from there. Pretty much standard settings. You have your connection settings and then storage. So you can see on the phone you have about 3.5 GB available, and on the internal storage about 8.89 GB available. So I would say over 11 GB out of the 16 GB is actually available for you to install your apps and then keep your media, which is usual, not much different than other phones. You can add all these accounts. You also have a Hive key, which is, they believe, is kind of more secured. See, It builds on Android KitKat 4.4.2. There's a model number 8X-1000. You have the kernel version and all this stuff. Now let's quickly go ahead and check out some of the elements here. So first of all, nice animation. Oh, by the way, Hive comes with some exclusive themes that some developer that XOLO has contacted, made exclusively for Hive. So you have those themes available, you can have. And also the main thing about Hive, the USP about Hive is that this guy puts customer in front truly. Now the thing is, there are a few platform elements here. For example, Connect. Now what Connect does is you can basically have your feedback about any element of the platform. You know, maybe let's say you do not like the app drawer, you do not like the icon of the message. In that case, you can always have your say. You have this kind of forum kind of a thing where you can say, I don't like this, I want it to be like this. So you can share your idea and all, and it goes directly to the developer team. And XOLO promises that whatever features or feedback gets most vote or gets or becomes most popular will be integrated in short minor updates. Now that's a very cool thing. How they will manage those minor updates, it's a worry, because I do not want my phone to get too many OTA updates. Then Edge is another thing, mainly for the designers, theme developers, ringtone developers, and all kind of stuff. So here also you can, or rather the users can have their say about any theme, any ringtones and all. You can see those are some of the popular things that are made by, let's say, there's Nikhil and Chetna. So you can always go and apply those preloaded things. But if you have any idea, or if you have any feedback about how those themes work, what's good, what's not, or what bad, you can have your say here. This is again another kind of forum, but this actually connects straight to the designers and those theme makers. So possibly again they will be able to make their theme even better with the customer feedback. Another example of customer first approach, you have typical dialer here. So it's basically built from ground up. So what we've seen in XOLO phones before is totally gone, and what you have instead is this very, I would say, nice looking but then slightly heavier theme or skin on top of Android KitKat. So you also have your apps arranged according to categories. You can see photography and your music, audios and media and all those kind of stuffs. Yeah. And then that's your browser also. Yeah. Now we are not connected to the net, so I can't show you what's the HTML5 score. I can't show you how it actually renders a desktop web page, but when I see how it renders here, you see the scrolling and all is quite perfect. There is no problem as such. Now of course this is a mobile optimized, so you cannot zoom in, but I suppose that you also would be able to pinch zoom in and double tap zoom in and out pretty nicely. And then you can bookmark from here, and then you can also have some other settings and other stuff. So those are mainly based on Android KitKat, but with a XOLO tinge on front. So you have XOLO Secure that has been there for long. You have XOLO Power, where you can basically optimize how you use the phone, power save mode, and when you use the phone kind of stuff. Let's check out the keyboard here. So again, pretty much taken from the stock Android keyboard, which is nice to say. It's even quite responsive, and you would see occasional lag like you saw when I came back to the home screen. So occasional lag in animation. I suppose you can also switch off those animations if you want your phone to be blazing fast, but then you of course want to keep balance between the performance and the look. So once you go inside, XOLO promises that almost every element of Hive can be customized to some level. So I'm gonna tell you all this in detail when this device comes to our lab for full review, but for now Hive looks quite promising. if not the fastest. So you also have a Fusion X, so it's like a music and media app that kind of combines your music, videos, radio and everything in one place. Also kind of downloads the album arts, and it will give you more information about what you're listening. Maybe it should download the lyrics as well, but we'll see. The gallery is also different. You see, now your albums has kind of snapshot of more than one photos there, and not only one photo. You can go to either of them. Okay. Nice animations and stuff. And once you go here, you have the option of editing a photo. Now again, the editing options mainly come from the stock Android. So Hive does not change much functionally of what's already in Android, but it actually gives a skin, and everything looks, and the way they come around is kind of different. You can also share via all this. You can bulk share. You can share more than one photos or videos, but you cannot bulk edit, of course. So I really like this gallery layout. It's much better than the stock Android one, at least. Then you have your 8MP camera. Now we took some of the photos with this, and if you just zoom in, you'd see that the detail is fairly there. Yeah? Although it's kind of pixelates, but this is under low light, so it's and this is also at the line of the direct flash, so that's kind of slightly blows out, but otherwise low light details are quite fine, although not spectacular. And some of those, and then we come to the camera UI. See, it's about half a second. It's quite smooth, and I like the shutter sound. Yeah? And that's how you switch between the front and back camera. Yeah? The switching is also cool, and then your video recording starts. You can pause a video record and then again start shooting another in a sequence basically, and keep them under one file only. And then you can also click photos during video recording. Yeah? There, and then you have your flash settings, of course, and then some other settings out here. So the anti-flickers and all kind of stuff, all kind of usual things that comes with Android, so I'm not gonna go too deep into it. So what else we have? We have the file manager, Google Keep, and calculator, clocks, powers. Yeah, so that's pretty much about it. Now I would say Hive is pretty new, but it already looks promising, and some of the themes are very well thought out, and they really kind of tries to express your personality. So you can have this monster theme, you can have this more kind of a architectural theme and that kind of stuff. So looks cool, and although it's a pretty heavy skin on top of the Android, does not bother me, or at least hasn't bothered me yet. I've been using this phone for the last half an hour, and at no point of time I actually felt a significant lag that should annoy me. However, there's a slight lag there, and that's generally in all phones except the most higher end ones, like the flagship ones. So that's, guys, is the XOLO 8X-1000 carrying their brand new platform called Hive, and it's going to be available in India shortly, and the price quoted is about 14,000, but I'm sure within a few days of releasing you'll get it for slight less online or with your local vendor. Thank you.